This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
And the time right now is 4:27 here on your Monday morning. Thanks for joining us on RTV6. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We begin with breaking news overnight. A person injured after a shooting.
Yeah, this happened over on the west side of town last night on Harris Avenue. We're learning that the victim was awake and breathing when police arrived here at the scene, but they still are looking for more clues as to what happened here, and that right now they have not released any suspect information. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that developing story.
We do want to take a turn now. It is a Storm Team 6 alert day. Alyssa Donovan is back from a much-deserved week off.
It was a nice week
and
off.
Unfortunately, though, you're not bringing any sunshine with you.
I'm sorry. I wish I was bringing better weather back with me. I know we had a pretty nice weekend, but things are changing today. You're going to notice when you step outside, we have light rain showers across the area, and those are really going to continue throughout the day. This is just ahead of a cold front that's going to pass through later this afternoon, but right now what it's doing is bringing mostly light showers across central Indiana. We are seeing some of those heavier showers just to the northwest, right across Lafayette. So if that's part of your morning commute, just be aware those showers get a little bit heavier that direction this morning. Throughout the day, we're going to see these showers, and then we do have the potential to switch to a rain-snow mix overnight, and that's just because that passing cold front is going to drop those temperatures off. But today, we are going to be almost close to 60 degrees, 55 degrees for our high, so well above average, but it comes with a price of some rain showers.
Okay, Alyssa, thank you very much.
All right, well, we do want to talk about an event that's coming up, and we're going to have some special guests in the studio today with us. The Colts are here, and it's about their Bleed Blue blood drive. Kind of a tongue twister there, but it's all for a very important cause.
Yes, and during the winter months, oftentimes organizations see blood donations decrease. So this is so important for people to get out there, make a donation. Such an easy thing to do. They make these events so much fun. So we're going to learn about what is in store if you head out to this great event.
Yes, so we'll talk more with them coming up at our 6 o'clock hour. Something else we want to tell you about today is that traffic alert. We mentioned this last week, and then we learned that citizens ended up putting off this project due to the Big Ten championship. All those folks coming into downtown Indianapolis around Lucas Oil Stadium over the weekend. But this is happening today, so we want to remind you about it. Illinois Street, a busy road getting you into the heart of the city, that will be closing between McCarty and South Streets on the south end of downtown. Some detours for you could be Missouri Street today and Meridian Street, a number of roads you can take around that area, around the stadium, but you'll not be able to take Illinois Street. That project is going to last until, I believe, the summer, so it's a pretty long-term closure, and it's for the Dig Indy project. We'll be detailing that coming up, plus more news, weather, and traffic right here on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now at 4:30 on Good Morning Indiana, a coordinated effort by police and several community organizations takes dozens of guns off the streets of Indianapolis.
Plus, a global event to help give people a better understanding of homelessness had several Hoosiers sleeping under the stars.
And the wife of a fallen officer keeping his memory alive while making sure hundreds of central Indiana kids have a very Merry Christmas. 4:30 here on your Monday morning. Thanks so much for starting the week with us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Lauren Casey. We have Alyssa Donovan with us here this morning talking about our forecast. It's raining, Alyssa, right now, but it is warmer. You can feel it when you step outside.
It actually feels kind of nice out. You just have to have that umbrella handy. You're really going to need it all day today, but those temperatures, not too bad. We're climbing into the mid-50s this afternoon, so it doesn't feel like winter. It doesn't feel like it out there. It will by tomorrow, though. It's going to be a huge change. We're going to drop about 20 degrees in the next 24 hours, so that gives you an idea of just how warm it is today. Right now, the big thing is those showers moving across the area. Most of them are very light right now, moving through central Indiana and into Indianapolis across the area. But we do have some pockets of heavier showers to the northwest, right along I-65 towards Lafayette and down around Bloomington and Greensburg. So if any of those areas are part of your morning commute, just be aware we do have some heavier rain showers in some spots today. As we head through the day, we're going to continue continue to see these rain showers pass through. That's all ahead of a cold front that's going to move through later this afternoon. As that cold front moves through, we are going to see those temperatures drop off and the potential of a rain-snow mix overnight. Now, the good news is because we're seeing those warm temperatures today, that ground is not going to be cold enough for that snow to really stick. So unlikely it will cause any problems by tomorrow morning. The big thing tomorrow, though, is those temperatures are going to drop off. So today we're starting in the 50s and we're staying in the 50s with those rain showers possible throughout the day. Much colder air moves in tomorrow.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. Let's take a look at those wet roads this morning as you're heading out there. This is I-70 at Harding Street. Traffic is moving along just fine. It's already picking up at this early hour. As you can see, no issues here to slow you down. Taking a turn to the southeast corner, I-74 and Post Road. You can see traffic here is moving along just fine, both eastbound and westbound. We'll keep an eye out for any crashes or delays this morning, and of course, we'll keep you updated.
New this morning, one person is in critical condition after being shot on the city's west side. This happened Sunday night just before 8. Police tell us the person was found with at least one gunshot wound. The victim was awake and breathing when officers arrived, then taken to the hospital. Right now, there is no word on any suspect information.
Take a look at your screen right now. Carmel police are asking for your help to identify these suspects. They're accused of vandalizing one of the stores at the Carmel Christkindl Market early Sunday morning. Police say that damage forced the store to close down. The people here in these images are believed to have been involved in that vandalism. If you know who they are, please call Carmel police.
A ceasefire weekend was held to help stop the senseless violence that is impacting our entire community. It included a gun buyback event Saturday. People lined up at Messiah Baptist Church, providing only their ID to turn in guns, no questions asked. Leaders say too often violence is the result of a simple disagreement that quickly escalates. The hope is that by giving people a safe way to turn in guns, it will lead to a safer community.
We find that a lot of weapons are stolen. People have them in their cars, and they're stolen out of the vehicle. They're stolen in burglaries, and then they're used for various crimes, throughout our city. And then some of them cross into different states and those things. So any weapon that we can get here at this buyback is a weapon that's not going to be used for those things.
All of the guns turned in will eventually be destroyed.
Time now is 4:34. Brownsburg police are asking for tips as they continue to search for a missing woman. 35-year-old Diana Humphrey was reported missing on December 3rd. Police say her mother had not been in contact with her for more than 24 hours and was concerned. Detectives checked Humphrey's home. They did not find any signs of foul play, but they have been unable to find her. As this investigation continues, police are asking for anyone with any information to contact them.
Dozens of Hoosiers camped out for a cause this weekend as a part of the world's big sleep out. It's a global event that helps give a better understanding of what it's like to be homeless. Jennifer Ellis and Matt Nippenberg are currently staying at Camp Canby. The transitional housing facility provides job training, daycare, and addiction services to residents. The pair says the camp out event helps people gain more empathy, and it helps them better understand what they've been through as they try to rebuild their lives.
I lost my family roughly a year ago, and we have been calling shelters for months. We've been homeless for 5 months. Transitional housing. So I think it's a really good program, especially with us coming out of, we're in recovery now.
Camp Canby is supported primarily by donors. You can go to activegrace.org if you would like to help their mission.
It is 4:35. The widow of an officer killed in the line of duty will be taking the reins of an event that helps families during the holiday season. Our Rafael Sanchez has more on how she is keeping his legacy alive.
The smiles were big and wide as their shopping adventure unfolded. Christmas for Kids connected police officers with children and their families in this holiday tradition.
To know that we love them, that not only we're here to protect them and serve the community in which they live in, but we also care about their well-being.
This event benefited 220 kids in central Indiana, all in memory of Indiana State Trooper James Patrick Bartram. He was killed in the line of duty in March 1998.
I see these little guys. I'm looking over here and I see a 8 or 9 year old guy dressed as a SWAT guy. It's that kind of thing that makes this special, the innocence of youth, and we can't lose sight of that.
This is always a special day for Stacy Allen. Her husband, Southport Lieutenant Aaron Allen, was killed in the line of duty in July 2017. Lieutenant Allen always made it a point to be present with fellow officers and the children. And starting next year, Stacy will co-lead Christmas for Kids and give back to a program that reflects their love for their community. More than 150 officers participated. More than $34,000 was raised to support this Christmas experience. Working for you in Indianapolis, Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
Rafael, thank you. And speaking of the holidays, we're getting into peak shipping time, so the U.S. Postal Service is making like Santa Claus and going triple time. Several post offices across Indiana will now be open the next 2 Sundays. Carmel and Noblesville locations are open from 11 to 3. Fishers and Greenwood are open 10 to 2. 4 Indy locations, including the Castleton and Nora spots, are open from 10 to 2. Most major Indiana cities will have an office open Sunday around midday.
Disappointment for Colts fans yesterday. The team fell short in Tampa, losing to the Buccaneers 35-38. The Colts have dropped 5 of the 6 following a 5-2 start, falling from first place to third in the AFC South. Jacoby Brissett completed 19 of 36 passes for 251 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions for Indianapolis. Darius Leonard returned 1 of his 2 interceptions, 80 yards for a second quarter TD, and Marcus Johnson had a 46-yard scoring reception and finished with 105 yards on 3 catches for the Colts. The Colts are in action again next Monday, facing off against the Saints. Well, speaking of the Colts, if you watched Sunday's game, you may have seen some interesting footwear out there on the field. Well, several players and head coach Frank Reich wore specially painted cleats. You can see some here, each promoting a different nonprofit. It was part of the NFL's My Cleats, My Cause campaign. After the game, players are able to auction off their cleats with 100% of the proceeds going to their selected nonprofits.
Pacific Gas and Electric Company has reached a settlement with victims of several deadly California wildfires. Coming up, how much the company is expected to shell out.
And 3 sailors killed in Friday's attack at a Florida naval base are being hailed as heroes. What officials say the men did to protect their fellow sailors. Alyssa.
And after a quiet weekend, we are seeing those changes moving in today. It's a Storm Team 6 alert day because we have rain chances throughout your Monday. I'll break down the details coming up.
Test drive at Honda of Fishers.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time right now is 4:42 on your Monday morning, and we're keeping a close eye on your commute. It is a wet one out there here in the downtown area, I-65 and I-70 at the North Split. Traffic, as you can see below, is traveling up to speed.
Tragic news out of New Zealand this morning. At least 1 person is dead, 27 others missing after a volcanic eruption on the country's White Island. The eruption happened just after 2 p.m. local time. At least 20 people were injured, 7 critically. 23 others were rescued from the island, but police say conditions are too dangerous right now for additional rescue operations, so the death toll is expected to rise. In a news conference, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said about 100 tourists were on or near the island when the volcano erupted. White Island is one of the world's most accessible active volcanoes, last erupting in 2016.
In Australia, firefighters are continuing to struggle to contain these raging bushfires. Right now, more than 100 are burning all across the Australian state of New Wales. Nearly 60% of those are not yet contained. Authorities say the mega fire near northwestern Sydney could take weeks to put out. And in Queensland, police have declared an emergency situation and urged residents there to leave immediately. The weather is only expected to make things worse this week as high winds are in the forecast.
Pacific Gas and Electric has reached a $13.5 billion settlement in relation to a number of deadly wildfires in California. The settlement covers last year's Camp Fire, which killed 85 people. It also covers 3 others that happened between 2015 and 2017. A report from the California Public Utilities Commission found that PG&E was repeatedly negligent. The settlement still requires approval by the U.S. Bankruptcy Court. A hearing is scheduled for next Friday. Here at 4:43, 3 U.S. Navy sailors are being hailed as heroes. Officials say they sacrificed their lives to save others when a gunman opened fire last week at a Florida naval base.
The FBI has called that shooting an act of terror, but they have still not found a motive. John Lawrence has more.
A dignified transfer to Dover Air Force Base Sunday for the 3 Navy sailors who officials say didn't run from danger when a gunman opened fire at Naval Air Station Pensacola. Airman Mohammed Hytham, Ensign Joshua Watson, and Airman apprentice Cameron Walters died Friday when they ran toward the shooter.
On behalf of the entire Navy, I extend my sincere and deepest sympathies to the families of the sailors whose lives were taken during this heinous act.
No word yet on a motive, but authorities say they're working with the presumption that this was an act of terror.
This allows us to take advantage of investigative techniques that can help us more quickly identify and then eliminate any additional potential threats to the rest of our community.
The gunman was identified as Mohammed al-Shamrani, a Saudi Air Force officer. The 21-year-old was killed after exchanging gunfire with 2 deputies.
You have foreign military personnel coming to our base. They should not be doing that if they hate our country.
All witnesses, including some Saudi nationals, are being questioned, a U.S. official told CNN.
We are working with every single international and domestic partner to ensure that we vet every single lead as necessary.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The Pensacola attack was the second deadly shooting at a military base last week. 2 civilian workers at the Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard were killed Wednesday after a U.S. sailor opened fire. That shooting is also still under investigation.
At 4:45 out in Washington, Democrats have been working through the weekend drafting articles of impeachment, and they're expected to present evidence this morning. Lawyers from both parties, from both the Judiciary and Intelligence Committees, will present the findings of their investigations. Not participating, the president's team, as the White House continues to blast the impeachment inquiry as a hoax and a sham. President Trump taking to Twitter on Sunday, firing off nearly 100 tweets and retweets, mostly targeting Democrats in the inquiry. ABC will have a special report coming up at 9 o'clock this morning with the very latest.
Hollywood took over the nation's capital Sunday for the 42nd annual Kennedy Center Honors. It was a unique event as Big Bird walked the red carpet along with fellow Sesame Street characters Bert and Ernie, Abby, and Cookie Monster. Sesame Street became the first TV program to receive the prestigious distinction. Big Bird's appearance held special meaning as Carol Spiney, the original puppeteer, died earlier in the day at 85. Other honorees include actress Sally Field, singer Linda Ronstadt, and the disco funk band Earth, Wind and Fire. Here at 4:46, we've got a lot of rain here in central Indiana, Alyssa.
That's right, and we are seeing some of those warmer temperatures this morning, but it does come with the price of some rain showers, which have already started across central Indiana, and we are likely going to see those throughout the day today, which is why it is a Storm Team 6 alert day. The most we're going to see, though, is up to a ½ inch of rainfall. Most of these showers are going to be light. The only thing is we are going to see some gusty winds associated with this system as well, and then the possibility of this switching to a rain-snow mix overnight. Now, that likely won't impact your commute tomorrow morning just because we are seeing those warmer conditions today. We're not going to see the possibility of that snow really sticking by tomorrow, but just be aware we could see some of that snow mixed in tonight. We're starting in the 50s and 40s this morning, so a warm start today. Usually our morning lows are in the 20s, so we are very warm to start. Those winds are out of the south to southwest, about 15 miles per hour. We are going to see those gusts close to 20 to 25 miles per hour, so we are going to see a little bit of a breeze out there today. And right now we do have those light showers moving through central Indiana, some heavier showers to the north moving into Carmel and Noblesville right now, as well as Vernon and Greenfield. And then we are seeing some of those heaviest showers to the northwest right around Lafayette and Kokomo and down around Bloomington, moving towards Seymour right now. So if you are in any of those areas, expect those showers to start shortly. And those are going to really impact us throughout the day today, with the heaviest showers expected the first half of the day. So here we are looking at TrueCast. We have those showers moving through this morning. We're going to continue to see light showers until the noon hour, and that's when we're going to see the heaviest band of rainfall move through midday. Behind that, we'll see a slight calm to the conditions where we'll just see some scattered showers for your afternoon and early evening hours before we see the potential of switching to a little bit of snow in there. And that's just because of that cold front that's associated with this system. That's going to pass through later today, dropping that cold air, which means that's when we have the potential of that switching to a a rain-snow mix. So here's that low pressure system. We have this mild air in place right now. As that cold front passes, much colder air is moving into the area, and that's going to stick with us for much of the week. Temperatures by tomorrow morning are going to be very different than what you're feeling out there today. Today, only going to need a light jacket and an umbrella. Tomorrow, switch to that heavier coat because we are going to see those temperatures dropping back into the 20s with those wind chills possibly into the teens tomorrow. So it is going to be a chilly Tuesday and Wednesday before we start to see those temperatures recover a little bit through the forecast. Today, temperatures starting in the 50s, staying in the 50s throughout the day. So we're not going to see a huge change. And then by the evening, that's when we'll start to see those temperatures drop off with that passing cold front. You can see those winds are going to be out of the south-southwest, about 15 miles per hour. Those gusts, though, up to 25 miles per hour throughout the day. And really not a huge break in showers throughout the day, maybe here and there. But for the most part, expect those light showers throughout your Monday. And then tomorrow, we are going to start to see some calmer conditions, but colder conditions. That cold front taking our temperatures into the 20s tomorrow morning, and then we'll be into only the 30s by the afternoon. And then as we head towards the weekend, we're back into the 40s.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Let's take a look at those roads right now. We do have the rain out there, and here's a look at the wet roads at I-70 near the airport. If you're heading out to catch an early morning flight, you shouldn't have any problems getting there this morning. You can see traffic is still moving along up to speed. Taking a turn now to the north side, I-465 near Keystone Avenue. Traffic here is moving along just fine as well. The good news around the metro area at this early hour, no crashes or delays to slow you down.
If you drive a Ford truck, you'll want to listen up. The company is recalling some F-250, F-350, and F-450 Super Duty trucks. The problem is with the electric tailgate latch release switch in the handle. Ford says water can enter the electrical wiring system, causing a short circuit that opens the tailgate. The recall affects models made in 2017, 2018, and 2019. Trucks with mechanical tailgate releases are not affected.
Hilton Hotels is looking to fill hundreds of remote positions. The company is hiring 700 work-from-home employees. The jobs are part of the reservation and customer care team. Team members enjoy full-time benefits, including 401k and health insurance. They'll also be able to take advantage of professional development opportunities, have access to exclusive travel discounts as well.
Jose Cuervo is launching a new initiative to be more environmentally friendly. The company has unveiled new biodegradable straws. They're made from upcycled agave fibers, which is the fibrous material left over from the tequila making process. The company says the straws decompose up to 200 times faster than regular plastic. The straws will be available at bars, restaurants, Jose Cuervo events beginning next year.
A 4-month-old baby girl brings joy to her family every morning, and now they're sharing that joy with the world. Coming up, the reason their morning routine is going viral.
And coming up all new at 5, a weekend crash involving an e-scooter is raising safety concerns. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us live with what health experts say you can do to avoid serious injuries on e-scooters. It's 4:52. We'll be right back.
We're all
There is nothing sweeter than the sound of a happy baby, and one 4-month-old joy is warming hearts across social media. Georgina Addison was born deaf and was fitted with hearing aids when she was just a few weeks old. Every morning when her parents wake her up, they switch on her hearing aids. They say each time Georgina reacts to hearing them like it is the first time. Just take a listen.
Okay, so just turn your hearing off. Should we say hello to everybody? Should we say hello? That's a very loud hello.
Georgina's father says they posted the video to Twitter because they wanted to show the joy their family experiences when they turn their daughter's hearing aids on every morning. How
so sweet. You can see her face just light up there. I love it.
What a good way to start the morning, especially on a morning when we have rainfall, Alyssa.
I know. I'm not coming with good news today. We're starting warm. I guess that's the silver lining. Temperatures today starting in the 50s, and we're only going to climb a few degrees throughout the afternoon, but we are going to see those rain showers on and off throughout the day, possibly switching to a rain-snow mix overnight, and then much colder air comes in tomorrow. We'll start in the 20s for your Tuesday morning, so don't get used to these warmer temperatures, only climbing into the 30s, and then we'll start to see those temperatures back to normal by the weekend.